We all have that one stubborn habit. How much we try to get rid of it, it feels like a wheel, it keeps on coming back. If you are in that boat, if you think that is something that is relatable to you, then this is the right episode for you. In this episode, we're going to talk about a book called Atomic Habit by James Clear. The author says, small 1% improvements compound over time, leading to a massive long-term result. Think about it like if you try to make a big jump, sometimes it feels like you are trying to push yourself too hard. Your brain says, oh, this is too much for me, and it stops. Versus if you do 1% improvement every time, or incremental small improvement day after day, by the time you're ever gonna see or ever gonna feel any changes in you, the habit is already embedded on you. Most of the time we miss out to change our habit because we try to get the results. We became impatient in that transition. And he also talks about in this book about lasting changes comes from shifting your focus from what you want to achieve to what you wish to become. It's not about one thing you're gonna change and things will just change overnight. But what you want to think about is what you want to become. For example, if you want to start running, just think about you are a runner. If you want to change your behavior towards eating healthy, just put in your brain that I'm a healthy eater. Or if you want to reduce the time you go outside to eat in restaurant, then maybe you want to put in your brain that, hey, I like cooking at home. I enjoy doing it. So what does that do is that kind of embeds on you about the things that you want to be. And he also talks about habit follows 4 steps of neurological loop: cue, craving, response, and reward. So let's take an example here. For instance, you're a person who likes to eat like a street food, or the food they are really savory but might not be that good for your health. So how does this a neurological loop works? You go around, you really smell something really yummy. You're walking by at your office and there's a cafeteria and you all of a sudden you can smell Chick-fil-A, right? You know that you're trying to avoid it, but that smell, that's the cue. And when that smell comes in, then the craving starts to happen. Then you feel like, oh, I'm craving for Chick-fil-A today. That's what your brain signals you. Then what is going to be your response at that time? Going to be like, I'm going to eat healthy from tomorrow. Just one day of cheating is not a big deal. So your response is going to be, you're going to go and purchase that burger or sandwich. Then when you eat it, what happens, then you feel that reward. You feel like nostalgic if you've been eating quite often. Or you feel like this is what you were craving for. This is what is going to now make your day better, because it is linked to the event in your life where eating Chick-fil-A reduces your stress or make you satisfied or other things, right? So this is how the habit works. It follows the cue, then craving comes in, then response, then reward. Now we talk more about how you manipulate this cue, craving, response, and reward loop for your benefit to adopt a healthy habit. So author talks about several laws of habit changes. First law, make it obvious. Use a habits scorecard to become conscious, aware of your existing daily patterns. So what does it really mean is create some kind of a scorecard where you say, okay, when you do a good habit, you give you positive plus, or when you do a bad habit, then give you a minus. And just keep on doing that throughout the day, really to identify how many times you do things that you don't want to do. Right? So that you can track and make it obvious to you is like which direction you are going. Are you doing things that you want to do versus you are doing things that you don't want to do, right? So it's going to be easier to identify where you stand and what are things that you have to change. And use implementation intentions by stating exactly when and where you'll perform a new habit. Just create some kind of rituals. Call it out loud, write it down. Like for instance, if you're going to drink 5 liters of water today, that's your goal of habit, right? Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna write it down every time you drink water. Or you're gonna say at 10 a.m. I'm gonna drink water. At 12 p.m. I'm gonna drink water. At 2 p.m. I'm gonna drink water. And maybe also write the quantity. Put an alarm on your phone or something like that, so that you can track it over the day, that you are on track to follow your habit that you have set for you. Another thing is redesign your physical surrounding to make the cues of good habits highly visible. For instance, you want to eat healthy food. You want to eat more fruits versus some snacks, crackers, things like that. Make sure you put on the countertop or in the area where it is very visible for you. Put in the area where you're walking by, you're gonna see it. When you're craving for a food, that is the first place your eyes goes to. And not only that, right? When you put the things that you want to eat or you want to do visible to you, then what you want to do is maybe you want to hide the things that you want to get away from. For instance, any junk food, any chips, crackers, like whatever you call. If you want to avoid eating them more, Coca-Cola or soft drink, whatever, right? You want to drink less or intake less, hide them away. Make them physically hard to get. Hide them in the pantry, wherever, whatever you think is right place for it to be, so that when you feel like getting it, it is actually gonna take a time for you to go, up effort from you to do it and go get it. The second law, make it attractive. And how would you do that? Pair an action you want to do with an action you need to do using temptation building. So, for an example, you got a habit of sitting on the couch and watching Netflix, binge watching Netflix, let's say. Now, what you actually want to do is you want to start running, right? So, what you're going to do is, if you do get rid of both pair at the same time, that is couch and Netflix, then it might be harder to adapt to that habit. To make it a little easier, what you can do is pair your Netflix watching habit with a treadmill. So what you can do is, like, you can make a pairing of, hey, this is the series that I love to watch in Netflix, and this is the best time of the day for me. So what you can do now is make a rule. Hey, I want to watch that series, but at the same time when I'm watching it, I'm going to do it only on the treadmill. So what happened here is you are not really getting rid of the whole habit. You still get the benefit of watching Netflix. But on the top of that, what you did is you just replaced the couch with the treadmill, right? So what that does to you is now you got half of the good habit, right? Is actually running on the treadmill when you watch your favorite show. Now what happens is, over time, you will be running and watching Netflix. Maybe over time the running on the treadmill will overshadow the Netflix. Even if you're not watching Netflix, you have a temptation now to do running on the treadmill, like the temptation you had in the past of sitting on the couch and watching Netflix, now maybe you can remove the Netflix from the treadmill running and maybe a music on your ear, and that will work just fine. So see that? Like, make an attractive pair where things just changes, shift slowly, and you'll not even notice when you are avoiding your bad habits and getting it replaced by the good habits. Another thing also the books talks about is we are a social beings. We like to be with the friends when you do things. I usually, when I go to the gym, I'm more motivated to do things when I'm with my gym partner or my friend versus doing everything by myself. Especially when you are actually starting your habit. When you're starting habit in a group, you have that community feeling. If you have that group feeling where you actually feel like doing together and just pushing the boundaries of each other. and when you are trying to adopt the good habit, being jealous is sometimes good thing. So you want to do running and another friend is asking, hey, do you want to join me running? Say, of course. That might be the step towards your good habit. So think about it. If you want to build a new habit, try to find a group of people who does that already and join them. That might help you to get at the door. And when you build that habit, then you don't need anybody. You can do it by yourself without rethinking. And another thing of this law is also about reframe your mindset to focus on the benefits of a habit rather than the sacrifices. Think about what are the benefits you get after adopting this new habit. If you eat good foods, what's going to happen? Your blood sugar level probably is going to come down. Your nutrition will be better. Your cholesterol will come down. You'll feel energetic. You'll feel like going and doing that other good habits that you have always thought about. What is the benefit of quitting cigarette? Well, there's a lot. What is the benefit of running? Cardiovascular, right? What is the benefit of going to gym? You become strong. You get the energy going on. What is the benefit of start saving money? What is the benefit of cooking at home versus going outside to eat every day? Think about it. Think from the benefit perspective, then it will be easier to adopt the habit. Don't think about the sacrifices. It just feels like a sacrifice at the beginning, but more and more you start doing the good habit, you'll not even think about it. You'll only see benefits of it, not really sacrifices. Third law, make it easy. Focus on taking action and repeating a movement rather than planning the perfect strategy. Focus on the repetition. When you go to gym, don't go ahead and do everything the same day. If you try to do everything the same day, thinking that result will be faster, I can guarantee you're going to break yourself. You're going to be so tired. The next day you'll be body will be sore and like, okay, I can go the next day or following day because my body need to recover. And over the time, what's going to happen is one day become 2 days, 2 days become a week, and then you don't want to go all together thinking about the pain you had last time. So think about incremental progress. If you do it one day, repeat it again tomorrow. If you do a little today, try to make a little bit more, but not a whole lot tomorrow. It doesn't have to be perfect. It is all about repetition, then getting all done in the same day. Focus on doing it in longer run versus getting it perfect from the get-go. Decrease the friction associated with good habits and increase it for the bad ones. It is similar to the topic that we talked earlier. Try to make the bad habit harder try to make the good habit accessible. Just do this, right? If you want to get into a habit of making food at home versus going outside to eat, go to the grocery store in the weekend. Just get a whole bunch of food and put it in your refrigerator. What will that do? You can open your refrigerator. There's so much food in your refrigerator. You already paid so much money for it over the weekend. In the weekdays now you want to go outside and eat. You're probably going to think about, man, I spent so much money on buying things already. I already have so much food at my refrigerator. It's a better idea to cook it versus paying another whole bunch of money outside and the food I have in refrigerator is going to go bad. See? With your one step ahead of time, you are now kind of forced to do a good thing. Adopt a good habit of eating healthy food at home. Now, what does that do is that going to save you money as well. Another thing that to make it easy, use the 2-minute rule to scale down any new habit until it takes less than 2 minutes to start. So what does it really mean is if you want to run, just make sure you go to that door and start tying your shoes. The tying your shoes is probably going to take a 2 minutes, but when you have already tied your shoe, you might just go outside and run, right? So it is just about getting that one step closer. Then you might just go ahead and adopt it. If you want to drink a lot of water, maybe first thing you want to do is just get a water bottle on your hand and walk towards the fountain. I'm telling you, it's going to probably take a little bit of time, but you already have water on your water bottle. You might say like, oh, I'll probably drink water today. I don't need to drink soda. These are just a few examples, right? For everything that you want to do, there is always a little bit at the front you have to start doing. And when you are already doing it, then you feel like, I've already started, so I better finish it, right? Another thing is also about use commitment devices to lock in future behavior and automate your habits whenever possible. What it is really talking about is make some kind of rules, make some kind of commitment to yourself that today I am going to do this. And just make things kind of in sequence. If you want to avoid eating at your work, take a food from your home, make it ready at the night. Make it easy for you so that you will automatically go and grab it and leave for your work. Make your new habit as much as easy as possible so that you don't have to second think about falling back into the bad habit. One of the examples here is, for instance, you are really struggling to do the savings. You want to save money, but somehow the money just disappears by end of the month. So what you probably want to do here is just put automation in your bank. Whenever the day your paycheck comes in, you're going to transfer that $100 to your saving. Whatever you want to call it, like a holiday saving, if that motivates you. Put that in place so that you cannot go and change it. When the money is already in their saving, you might just caught on like saying, oh, okay, it's already there, so I'm just going to work with whatever is left. And you might caught on buying something that you don't need. You might not need that second pair of shoes when you have like 10 of them already. Right? So again, it's all about finding a way to make your desirable habit more easy. It's all about making your desirable habit approachable and easy to follow. Fourth law, make it satisfying. Habits are more likely to be repeated when the experience is immediately rewarding. Let's talk about it, right? So whenever you are doing or adapting to some habit, when you see the reward right away, you kind of feel like, okay, I want to do it again. When the rewards take a long time, then you might not feel so good about it. For instance, what happens is whenever I go to gym, I feel like eating healthy food. So gym as an experience is there where I might not get a result right away, but when I'm going to gym, it is following with some other habit that I want to do is rather rewarding or healthier. I'm not seeing the gym effect on my body right away, but I'm eating healthy because when I go to gym, I don't want to go and fall back and eat the unhealthy food. Or sometimes, like for instance, hey, you feel like you're trying to avoid drinking. Then in the day that you don't drink, just text your friend or well-wisher, your parents, whoever, your spouse. Hey, you know what? I didn't drink today. What did that give you? Good job. Keep going. That is rewarding. Right? So you got to find a way to keep you motivated towards the path of adopting good habit. It can be hard, but you have to adapt to it. And for that, you need to find the way to get a rewards which might not always come as easy or fast. Use a habit tracker to provide visual proof of your progress and never miss twice. So what you want to do is you want to maybe create some kind of log. What are the good habits you are doing in the day? And keep a track of it. Maybe put for 1 month. This is your budget of the habit, good habit. And you are missing it twice, or if you are falling behind few times, then you got a penalty. You got to think about, all right, now I was thinking about eating salad 3 days a week. Now you are missing it. Last week you missed, like you had salad for just 1 day. Now the next week you got to eat it for 5 days now. And write it down. Write it down if that helps you. And also create a habit contract to make the immediate cost of your bad habits painful and public. For instance, you want to save money. If you miss to save on this month, what you going to do? Next month you have to put twice the amount of saving because you already have put a contract with you that I'm going to save $10,000 or I don't know, like $5,000 in 12 months. Now what is the painful part of it is if you cannot save 5,000, then you are not going in your vacation this year. Now when you think about that, you might feel compelled to add extra money next month if you miss this month. Now what does that do is in the following month, you don't want to miss it. You want to make sure you put that automated fund transfer whenever your paycheck comes in. You want to make sure you cut down on your unnecessary expenses so that you can build for your future, build for your vacation, build for something your kids is asking for a long time. And again, it doesn't have to be very strict. It might sound like that. And give yourself kudos some time. It is not easy to change any habit. Habit change has to be satisfied. It has to give you a feeling of accomplishment. And most important lesson in this book is habit doesn't change overnight. It takes a little bit 1% effort each day, each time for it to be changed over time. Accomplishment in the habit change can only happen when you take one step at a time. Do it slowly but surely. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in next episode. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. Thank you.